football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so we're in the aftermath of the farce and the money-making Ponzi scheme that was Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. A lot of people have had a lot to say about the fight in the aftermath of it, and one of those many people happens to be the undisputed welterweight champion Terence Crawford. Now, before I get into what he said, we know that Terence Crawford and Jermell Charlo have been feuding for a couple years. That was a fight that looked like it was on a collision course to happen until Jermell took this fight with Canelo. But here's what Terence said about Charlo on Twitter. He stated the following, and I quote, "Okay, I'm over you. I'm over Jermell Charlo. He's no longer on my hit list. He went out there and laid down and let Canelo spank him like he was his daddy with no type of resistance. Congratulations, Canelo. You made the so-called lion look like a baby cub." And tweets and quotes from one Terence Crawford. Now, he's not lying. Jermell Charlo, I'm just a kid from Daniel. I'm just a young man from South Florida who loves boxing. Obviously, I'm not fighting at that level, so I'm not trying to be hypercritical. I really have a love and affinity for fighters. I appreciate them, but I got 4 eyes, and thank God the prescription still works. I can't deny what I saw. I was suspecting it before the fight happened, and I can't deny what I saw on fight night. We had Jermell Charlo, a fighter that is known for, if he's not known for anything else, if he's not known for his power, if he's not known for his boxing ability, he's known for his will to win, his passion, and the rage that he fights with. And nowhere did we see that on fight night in the ring, and nowhere did we see it in the build up to the fight. Now, he fought in such a piss poor manner where he really didn't look anything like himself. And yes, you got to give Canelo some credit because he came with a game plan and he marched forward and he systematically broke him down. So you don't want to throw salt on what Canelo did, right? Because he trained hard for this fight, just like Charlo trained hard for this fight. But Charlo turned in such a piss poor effort that if people wanted to say the fight was fixed, I mean, it kind of looked. I mean, it looked like sparring. It looked like he did not come to win. The fight looked fixed. Although I'm not saying it's fixed, I'm saying there's been a lot of people in the boxing world, channels, fans, that think the fight could have been fixed. Because how do you reconcile? I mean, I know Canelo punches hard, but let's just be real. Like, yes, he punches hard, but he didn't throw punches from the word go. So it's either, maybe he respected Canelo too much, or he's just not as good as we thought he was. So it's got to be one of the two. And either way you cut it up, slice it, and dice it, neither one is a good reason. You see what I'm saying? As for him and Terence Crawford, I don't care to see it anymore. I wanted to see it before this fight. Now that I've seen what Jermell Charlo's really about when the biggest when he's on that biggest stage, I don't want to see him again, because if he mailed it in against Canelo, he'll mail it in against Crawford. And it really was extremely disheartening, right? Because for me, as someone who's covered, I mean, I remember being here on YouTube, years ago when Charlo first got with John Jackson. And when he got with when he got with Derrick James for the John Jackson fight, I should say. When he got with Derrick James, and even in the fights before that I had watched, I didn't think highly of him. I thought Jermall was the better of the two brothers as far as talent is concerned. But through time and maturation and the performances and that passion that I talk about, Jermell won me over, and he actually became, I would say, one of my favorite fighters in boxing. Now we've kind of regressed back to where I was 7 years ago with him, which is, and it's even worse because at least 7 years ago I still had some respect for the guy because he tried and he put his best foot forward. But this was about as shambolic as a performance in a big fight as I can remember in years. Like, say what you want about Earl Spence, and I had a lot to say when Terence Crawford stopped him, but one thing I can't say about Earl Spence is he didn't quit. He didn't trying to stop win. He didn't just mill it in. He at least looked like he wanted to win, you know, at some point in the fight. There was never any point in that fight, and even Canelo said it himself, there was never any point in that fight where Charlo like he wanted to win. And you can live with losing. You can even live with a draw. Obviously, the goal is to win, but you can never lose when you can never live with not trying, you know? So yeah, I don't want to see this fight. As far as Crawford and Canelo, I could pass on that as well. I know a lot of people want to see that. I'm sure the boxing industry, that's a fight that they want to make, but I'd live if the fight did happen. Just because, call me old-fashioned, I'd rather have the best fighters in their respective weight classes fight each other. But that's just me. I'm a bit of a weirdo. But anyway, yeah, that's the news. Terence Crawford says that Charlo is not even good enough to be on his hit list. And funny enough, I remember 2 years ago, after the first Castaño fight, when Charlo got lucky to not be on the wrong end of a decision against Castaño the first time around, Crawford tweeted him and told him back in 2021, "This is why you're not on the pound for pound list." And I agree. I agree with him at that particular moment in time. And now it's validated. We need to dead all talk of Jermell on the pound for pound list. I know he's undisputed, but if you're a pound for pound fighter, you should be judged accordingly to how you perform in your biggest fights on the biggest stage when it matters the most. And when the lights are the brightest, when the lights are the biggest, and when it matters the most, Jermell Charlo tucked his tail and mailed it in, and that's what he's got to live with. I don't gotta live with that. You don't gotta live with that. That's his cross to bear, and it's unfortunate because this is a guy that I had the utmost respect for. Jermell Charlo is one of boxing's true warriors when he's not fighting Canelo. He's got balls down to his ankles, but he lost them. When the ink dried up to sign the contract for Canelo, he lost him, and it's quite a shame. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna much more to say about Jermell when it comes to this fight. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.